A follow-up now on a story from more than a decade ago. The Massachusetts Appeals Court has upheld the voluntary manslaughter conviction of Cara Rintala in the death of her wife, Annamarie Cochrane Rintala, back in 2010. Rintala, now 59, was found guilty in October 2023 of strangling her wife to death inside their Granby house. The case saw 2 mistrials and a first-degree murder conviction that was later overturned on appeal. A jury convicted her of the lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter, and she was sentenced to 12 to 14 years in state prison, with about 7.5 years already served. In her latest appeal, Rintala argued that deliberations were tainted when a juror mentioned the earlier trials and that the judge denied a proper jury instruction. A 3-judge appeals court panel found the judge did not abuse his discretion, saying the defendant received a fair trial.